When I played this game, it didn't pick up my mic, so I thought I would just go over it again and go through my thought process a little bit. Um, I win the dice roll and choose first, which he was quite surprised by. I think he wanted second. Um, I think first is 100% better for Bonnie in this matchup, but I know Sebi said he likes second, so I guess it's not that clear cut. Um, but I really like first. One of the biggest problems with this matchup is Ben Beckman just trashing your your Cavendish or your uh, Carrot because they're both 6k naturally. And Lucky Roo is really annoying as well. So it's not the best matchup. Um, Coming into this game, I wasn't feeling great because Mo is really good. He's won a Treasure Cup 10-0 before, and it's a bad matchup. And he's won both of his matches so far, 2-0 in the league. But I wanted to stick with Bonnie just to practice the matchup for London. I didn't want to counterpick him or anything like that. Um, so I'm Mulligan. I can't remember what was in my original hand, but I'm looking for um, Smoker. The new Smoker is very important. Just having that 7k swing to apply pressure. Also, it can't be popped by the Beckman and the Lucky Roo, like I said. And the 9 cost Shinx is just like 100% needed in this matchup. So I start with Searcher, he plays Senji. We both misplay pretty early here. What I should do here is use my Searcher and swing 6 probably. Um, but I get greedy. I think my thinking is swing 7, keep it on for leader, rest his whatever, leader or Senji, kill the Senji, and then I can Bonnie next turn when he only has one thing on board. But it's 100% wrong. I should have just used my search here. Because I think, and he'll punish it playing his own searcher, I think. I'm probably just gonna ramble as well. I don't know how useful this actually will be. Yeah, so he plays a searcher, so I'm already punished for the Bonnie misplay. But he'll misplay as well now. He'll put down Building Snake before swinging. And as Bonnie, if you see Building Snake or Hongo, I think it is, the 2k that you can rest, those are a big priority just to remove straight away. Hmm. So fortunately for me, he plays this first before swinging. I guess actually looking back now, he does it because he's greedy for the Dawn, because he wants to attach 2 rested Dawn. But I think just attaching 1 to Senji would have been fine, and then playing the Hongo after. Does give me a decision to make though now, because if I rest the Hongo, I take another 7k swing. Um, which again, like this Bonnie, not searching with the Bonnie, because she could have taken one of these, but now I'm going to end up taking 2 7ks to face. And Kid is not great in this matchup. It's not really one of those matchups where you can just take all your life, get a big hand, and then defend Kid. Yeah, so if I had searched with Bonnie, I'd have a card in hand and an extra life right now. So my hand would be the same, but I'd have an extra life. And 5 Don, unless I have Like, I'm probably not gonna get to search again, because unless I have Cavendish. But like I said, Cavendish, because he's a 6K, you'd rather play Smoker here. Yeah, so I have the Smoker. 6 Don for Shanks. I'm expecting maybe Yasop, maybe Lucky Roo. Um, his build's a bit odd. Like, he hasn't got any of the new ST21 cards in there yet. He's still figuring out his deck list, which I think was in my favor. Hmm. So he starts with 6. I think I'm probably going to counter. Yeah. I don't really want to go under 3 life against Shanks. And then he goes 6 again. So quite lucky here that he didn't have any 4 or 5 drops to put down. The counter again. And another building snake. So this has got to go, or he can Beckman, or even Newgate my smoker next turn. So I'm gonna have to Hody, which again makes sense why I'd counter out both swings last turn as well. Can't remember how I did this. I think I start with 5 at building snake. Yeah. Do I KO the Senji? That's the question. I think I do. I think I did, but I can't remember if it's correct or not. I think this is at life because it's, yeah, the smoker with the banish. So yeah, he leaders and 2Ks. And then I think I go 8 at Syringy. So watching this now, I'm thinking it might have been better to restand the Don and swing 8 with the smoker. Because I forgot about his leader effect. Actually, this turn is quite an important turn to have an active Don. Generally, like the ideal way the matchup will play out for me is now on this turn he drops Rayleigh, minuses my things, swings into my things. Then I can rest the Rayleigh and pop it with my 9 claw Shanks in the next turn. Um, it's nice to like save your Shanks for his Shanks, but just getting that like 8 or 7 cost off the board and having your Shanks down to start taking a life every turn is pretty important, I think. So we'll see if he has the Rayleigh here. I think he doesn't because he starts with the leader swing. Okay, he does. That's interesting. Hmm. So I think what he does is he puts both my bodies down to 5k. He does -2 on Smoker, -3 on Hody, and then um, pops my Searcher. So Searcher did nothing this game, it was just -1. Um, I'm trying to think now if this was better than He could have done -3 on Smoker and then swung 5 at that. Um, mm, see, I don't know if I have any 2Ks in hand at the moment, but that would open him up to the Shanks play I talked about. So what do I do here? It's not a 9 cost Shanks angle. It could just be swings, get some cards out of his hand, and then drop a kid down, which I would expect to die, but it would just protect my board. So he leader effects on my 5K. Then he takes. And this I'm sure he'll counter. So yeah, it's kid. What was I bring out? Ichigi. So I don't have any blockers in hand, which is pretty unfortunate. Um, yeah, Tashigi not that great here. Guess it plays around the KO Shanks, which he is running. To, if I remember correct, he just does the rush Shanks here and takes my kid. I'm not giving 3, 4 cards for that. Hmm. Yeah, so he starts with 8 at kid, gets a 1K, then the Shanks comes out. But my board is alive, so it kind of played out how I want. If I have the 9 cost Shanks here, I just pop this, or I can just start to pressure and go for game. I start with 5K with leader, he just leader affects it again. Then we go 8. It looks like he has 6 cards in hand. I'm not sure why I'm swinging 8 if he's already used leader effect, because it's just 2 2Ks. Maybe, oh, it's probably because I'm playing Shanks, yeah. Oh, he doesn't have 2Ks. Hmm? Am I crazy? What happened? Did he not leader effect on my leader? Maybe 1K? No, he uses leader effect. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Uh, 8K swing is actually 7K swing because of the Shanks. So that's how he counters with the event. Forgot about the debuff from Shanks. So this is probably just 9 cost and then we extend it on. Yep. So from here, the game's looking pretty doomed for him. I'm not sure what he could do. Um, I don't think he can ever really go for game, even if he has a rusher. And he's pretty dead next turn. Let's see what he's gonna do. He's searching, always a good sign. Lucky Roo. Yeah, so it seems like he doesn't really have a great plan, and he's just gonna try and wall up. At this point, I'm pretty sure I have a Hody in hand, so I'm kind of just chilling now. I'm gonna take all these swings because I know what's coming. He's gonna play a blocker. I'm gonna Hody and go for game. He swings eight. I just take it because why not? And then seven. Four on, so he's obviously going for Lucky Roo. I think I could have countered here. And one of these life I took actually ended up being an EZO, so even if I didn't have Hody, I was good here. My swings here are probably wrong. I'm really bad at endgame math, but I'm just lazy and kind of just wing it. This is crazy. So he has the new smoker event, the igloo, which gives him 1k to leader for the turn, but it doesn't make a difference. So we take game one. Um, but that was a pretty ideal game for me. I got to go first. I had Smoker 5, Hody 7, and I had the Shanks, so pretty much everything I wanted to see I saw. He lost, so he gets to choose, and he actually chooses second, so I get to go first again, which I'm happy about. But guess it depends on the Shanks deck though, because obviously there's more removal builds, there's rush builds, and going into this new meta now, I have no idea what Shanks are going to be running. Like there's that new 5-cost Luffy, that's pretty strong. So no searcher this time on one dome, so I can't misplay. I'm thinking which, yeah, so I must have a Tashigi or a Bato. One thing I'm still trying to figure out with Bonnie is when it's better to play Tashigi on 3 and when it's better to save her. Because if you just play her out, she might get removed, so I'm not sure if sometimes it's better to save her and then play her with a 5-drop on the same turn on like your 7 or 8 don. Brings 9, so he has no 4-drop again, so I don't think he's drawn very well in these games. Cavendish and swing 6. I guess I'm not worried about triggers. I can't think of anything that would I guess Mulligan, if he was running that, that could be annoying. I risk it and go for the 6k. Dawn. I'm thinking Yasuo. Swing 6. Do I take? I think I take, but I'm remembering now. What might happen is I might counter because I want a Holy next turn. No, I take it. So probably no Holy. Obviously, I don't want to go down to 2 life, so if I was gonna Holy, I probably would have countered that 6k there. Marco does nothing, pretty happy about that. Watch me just Holy anyway now and look like an idiot. I think just a smoker, another 5 drop and some swings would be good here. Ah, this card, okay. So this is Scratch Manapoo, he's just a 6/8 vanilla supernova. He's in there as a one-off because I only have 2 Smoker alt arts right now. But he kind of does the same thing as Smoker. He's a drop that doesn't get popped by what's his name? Beckman. So if I'm forced to go second and if I'm forced to go second, it's something that I can play down and it doesn't get popped by Beckman on 7. Um, Come London, this will just be a third Smoker, I think, just because it's more versatile. But it did a job here. Worked out quite nicely. And I pass, no swings. It's interesting. No, I do swing. Okay, 6k. Probably 6-7. I guess he takes one and then leader affects 2k is the other. Counters both, that's interesting. So, what is going to happen here? I think the best for him would be Rayleigh, minus and pop to Shigi, minus Cavendish and swing into Cavendish. Does he have it? No, he has Newgate. Kevin to Cavendish. We just counter that. No 2Ks, that's rough. Oh no, yeah, I need 3k. It's 8 into 6. My maths is not great. So I sort of remember my hand here. I have Kid and the Barto blocker, which I kind of want to play, like I did in the first game, just swing and then snap it down to protect my board. The problem is this new gate, because obviously he can just he can rest it to pop my blocker, and then 10 Koshenks into my Kid. So I'm kind of forced to play 9 Koshenks here and just remove this, get it out off the board. He's a lot healthier though than the first game. He's still on 4 life, which is Not ideal. But I guess his hand is quite low. He's on 5, 6 cards. So I hum and har a lot here over Kid and Shanks, but I decide Shanks is just the best play. Just get the Newgate out of there eventually. But then I start with 5 to life. He takes. I'm guessing this is 6 to life. Should probably just be 6 and 8 at life, or 6 and 9. I'm not sure. Yeah, it'll be 6 and 9. I've got active on for leader, so there's no point KOing the marker. Interesting. So he has no 2Ks in hand. Expecting just a 10 drop here. No 10 drop. Really? Yeah. So I'll protect my Apu. And what's the plan here? It's probably just swing everything at life and then slap down Kid to protect the board. So 5 at life, 6 at life. Do 1Ks. Yeah, so I know he has no 2Ks, so it's just pressuring now. I think the only thing here I'm thinking about is whether or not I go for Marco, but I think I should just go live and then end the game next turn. Oh, okay, I swing Marco. Not sure if that's right. Someone smarter will have the answer for that. So here's the Kid play. I've been on Killer and Resonante as my blockers for the longest time, but this was one of my first times trying Resonante instead. It's mostly just because of the power, because Because with cards like Rayleigh and Mulligan, they can like Rayleigh can reduce two things, then pop my blocker for free. Same thing with Mulligan, he can reduce my kid, pop my uh, killer for free. But Barto kind of plays around that a little bit. And he can also be a swinger against like Blackbeard, so you get a bit less cards than killer, but it's a bit stickier. So I think I like it, and it's still searchable. I don't know what he can do here. Like maybe he can get rid of my kid or something, but I know his hand is garbage. Like he just has no 2Ks. So it's 10 cost Shanks on a kid, sorry. I think he has to swing it up who? No, he swings at life. Okay. So just start with 8, which will be 7 with leader, but he's got 4 cards and we know his hand is like not got much counter in it. He takes. So again, now I'm just lazy, I just go 11. Maybe 12's better, but I can't be bothered with maths. Don't be like me, kids. This is crazy. So 2 games in a row, he hits the igloo trigger last life, and he tells me he has one of them in his whole deck. So very crazy. If I didn't know him personally, I would think he's cheating, but I know Mo. There's no way he'd cheat. He's a good dude. So now 5 cards in hand, 6k leader effect, so I can swing 14 into 6. So he would need 4 2Ks and a 1K. And we know he doesn't have 2Ks based on his last few turns. So I just go for game here. And close it out 2-0. Which was not expected, but nice surprise. I do think these aren't really the best examples of the Shanks matchup. Like, I got to go first both games, and I had really nice curves both games. I had the smokers, I had the Shanks, and a lot of the time he didn't have stuff, right? Like, mid game he was just swinging 9 with leader, and didn't have like a lucky roo or a 5 drop to play. So, yeah, Shanks and Blackbeard I'm still worried about. Um, they're not good matchups. So Bonnie, I think all the people saying Bonnie best deck in format are a bit crazy, but going into a weird meta where you could play against anything, I think I'm just going to stick with Bonnie, something I'm comfortable with going into like road decks. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll wrap it up there, I guess. Thanks for listening to me bullshitting, and see you next week for more games.